We're down here at St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm gonna show you a company my dad helped start in 1947, and then they moved it down here on Grove Street. And the company's called Vomela Specialty. It ran from 1947. It's still going. We just built a new building. And on Olive Street, they had actually an Olive Street building here. They tore it down. And now the police department's on the property. They just built that apartment building that just came up probably a couple years, 2 years ago maybe. My name's Carlo James Manna. My father's Carlo Manna. And I used to drive this street from 1976 through 1990. And then my father got out of the business, but it's in his heart and soul right now. He called it his 12th kid because he spent hours and hours and days, and his whole life was his business. Vomela. Here's the building. I used to sit on them steps for a break. Looks like they cut these trees down. Honky Tonk Mike's bar was right there, right across the street. Like I said, that building's new. There's Regent's Hospital. They saved lives for sure. Want to thank them for their service. During the pandemic, Vomela was making 10,000 shields, masks for the first responders, for nurses, doctors, fire departments, police officers. This was my dad's office on the corner right here. Now the state owns it. There's Midwest Fence, that's in South St. Paul. That's a local company. Shout out to Mike, who's put my fence in. Yeah, right on the corner here was my father's office. Looks like they got Gillette Children's parking here. So I'm gonna take a walk. Of course, everybody's on camera nowadays. It's been a long time since I've been down here, but that was Honky Tonk Mike's. Somebody posted a picture of Honky Tonk Mike's. I'm gonna have to find it, add it to this video. So this is Mississippi Street. Buongiorno. I don't know if you guys remember that Italian joint that was on the corner down there. Their meatball sandwiches, I bought hundreds of them. So we'll take a walk around here. Looks like they're doing some roof work. It's Tuesday, April 29th. Got a lot of car shows coming. I'll be busy this weekend. Just check out Carlo James Manna. I have about, well, running up to 12,000 local videos. If you Google Carlo James Manna and like car shows, you'll probably find a few. There's downtown. There's 35E. A couple years ago, I took a ride with my dad down here and we talked a little bit. And just did my father's 99th birthday. I put that online if you want to check it out. This property under surveillance. That was part of Vomela. I worked in that building. Now it's the Department of Administration faculties. So it looks like this is the end of the video. Buongiorno was on the corner there when I worked here, and then they had some type of steel company over there. Vomela worked with 3M. They did die cutting and for a lot of the Mopar, Firebird, the Bird, the Jeeps. They did all that die cutting back in the day. Now you could do it almost by yourself. There's the police department. St. Paul Police. I do videos with the police departments, do shout outs, thank them for their service. I got kind of a cool picture, I don't know who took it, of my parents standing over here by the door next to that railing. I'll try to find it and post it, but right there. That's where the iconic picture was taken in 1990. So the Lamanas are legends in the Twin City area. My father, who's 99 years old, is alive and well. He'll be in a few of my videos. I'm his son Carlo. I'm his sixth son. So that's Grove Street we're at in Mississippi, in St. Paul, Minnesota. So this is Grove. If you worked at Vomela, you probably went down this street. My father's office, I think it was early 70s. I don't know exactly when he moved over here, but we were out in 1990. So the address is 490 Mississippi Street. Vomela Specialty Company. This is Pine Street. I'm giving you a little history here. The Balsam. This must have opened maybe a year or two ago. So you could check out this video on Old St. Paul. I post a lot of Old St. Paul videos, and I appreciate the thousands of views I get. Thank you, everybody. But this is where the Mannas worked. And now we're all retired. Historic Lafayette Park. Anchor paper. Now everything's computers, but I do paper all the time now. You get some identity theft on that digital stuff. So we're taking a walk down Grove Street, 360 East Grove. We're in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's supposed to hit 60s. And this weekend I'll be at Cinco de Mayo doing a car show early. Then some of my friends' bands are coming. So check it out. When you see a police officer, tell them thank you. They're out to help. Decals on these cars, Vomela had something to do with them. Graphics, trusted service with respect. St. Paul Police Department since 1854, I think. That's some history. 1854. I think I found a picture from 1931 with a couple old, I don't know if they're Fords or what, but so I hope you're enjoying the walk with me in St. Paul, Minnesota. Grove Street, Olive Street. Vomela had a building down here that was torn down. I actually have a picture somewhere of Grove. It was right down there to the right. I worked down there with Joe Hamill. The badge. Over there is the Department of Labor. I did a video over there, Department of Labor. Just Google Carlo James Manna, Department of Labor, Minnesota, and you'll probably see my video about getting records. It tracks your records of where you worked and what injuries you got. But now it's all digital. You can't go in and check it out. They have a different system. And that's what I don't like. I used to like to go in there and sit down and look at my records and print them. But they have a whole different process now. So we made our rounds. We want to thank our police departments for our safety. And we support you, and thanks for watching. Carlo James Manna. Check me out on YouTube and Facebook.